Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dinomatt7 and today we are playing Reigns. This will be a new series on the channel, and yeah, so let's get started off. And I don't remember, maybe I didn't say my name was Dinomatt7, but I'm Dinomatt7 anyways. And so Reigns is a game where you play as a king, and you try and keep your country out under control. So, if you say no, it just takes you to the tutorial, since I've played this on my phone before. So, I'll say yes. So, this is the Spirit of the Fallen. He appears at the start of a few of the, every once in a while when you start. So he says, so you're the one who usurped my throne and sent me to this dungeon to rot for eternity? So I can either say no, or I can say yes. So I'll just say yes. Well, you are in charge of the mist now. Good luck with that. They're all pretty crazy. You'll see why. And I'll say who or what. I'll say who. Just try to keep a balance between the four powers to keep your head on its shoulders. So I can say no or yes. And I'll say yes. And then the spirit looks at you thoughtfully, then disappears. You enter a courtroom. So this is Boone. The harvest has been fantastic, my lord. I'll say feed the people or feed the army. So this, as you can see up here, it affects all four of these. This is religion up here. This is the people. This is the military, and this is the economy. So I can feed the people, and we don't know what the impacts are, so the dots could be bad or good. So, but the bigger the dot is, the more of an impact it will have. So, the bigger dot above the person means that there is going to be a bigger impact for them. But if I go to feed the army, there will be a bigger impact with the army. But I'll say feed the people. The message says from Sekuya. The message says, the islanders are menacing us. We should attack them before they attack us. So I can either say yes or no. So saying yes, since I've played this game, I understand it a bit more. So saying yes will lower our military and economy, since we're paying for the army to go out. Saying no will lower our people and our economy. So I'll say people, since we have more people to lose. And if any of these go down to 0, then you just lose the game. So our current goal is govern for at least 5 years, and we're 3 years in power so far. And we're King James. So, Henry Ware says, the Queen of the South is offering you 40 books. Should we build a library? So we can say no, and the religion will go up. People will go down. Military, I don't remember if what will do anything. If I say yes, it will make people go up, religion go down, military, I don't know, and money go down. But I think I'll say yes. Archbishop Thalesby, or I think it's it's the, there's no R there. It's Archbishop Thalesby says we should build a new church. So I'd say no, we don't have enough, and that will make the church angrier. I can say yes, make the church happier, but lose a lot of money. I think I'll have to say no. So Sir Cedric says, your people are eating too much. They're fat and lazy. You should raise the price of bread. So I'll say double it. That'll make the people a bit angry, but it will make our money higher. And we complete the challenge of govern for 5 years. Father Brown says, a fine company of yours, drunken soldiers ransacked an abbey. We want justice. So I can say yes, make the religion go up and military go down. Or I can say no and make the religious part of, I don't know what I'm saying. You'll make religion go down and military go up. But I think I'll say yes, since we have much less religion then. Henry Ware is back, and he says, we could arrange your wedding with the Princess of the North. That would stop the war. So I'll say yes. That makes everything go up. The Great Fire is destroying your castle, my lord, says Archbishop Thalesby. So I can say save the garrison or save the treasury. Now I think I'll say save the treasury. So it's from Sekuya, the bird again. The message says, A village in the south is encouraging polygamy, so I can say send the army or send the church. But I think I'll say send the church. My family laughs at the size of our castle. We should build a bigger palace, so I'll say yes. Boone is back, and he says, my lord, the wolves are eating our children. Can we hunt them? I'll say I will hunt them myself, or you're bluffing. But I think I will hunt them myself. Sir Cedric says the hunt went successful. Or the hunt was a success. We should have a very fine banquet tonight, so I'll say yes. Henry Ware is back, saying, and then he whispers, a young woman claims that her son is in fact your, incestuous child. Not incestuous, I guess it's illegitimate. Should we make the problem disappear? Now, I'll say no so that we have an heir, and there's another quest done. It quickly becomes apparent that the son is here to stay. So, Justice Adamar says the merchants would like to create a new guild and send their representatives to the court. So I could say no and make the money go down, or say yes and make money go up, but everything else go down, which I think I will do. Now, Boone is saying the river drop. It is flooding a large part of the country. We need help from the church and the army. Now I'll say yes. My lord, your son is a young prince full of promise, says Master Rith. So I can say let him come in or no. I'll say let him come in. I'm the next king. I wish to kill all infidels. Now, I know what happens if you say not so fast, because then you just get killed, so I'll say yes, because I have not seen it happen. So, Justice Adamar says, there has been a massive breakout from the prison. We need to organize a search party. I'll say yes. Master Reith, it says, my lord, I'm Master Reith, the merchant skilled master. Please accept a token of my gratitude. So I'll just say yes, because then it gives me money. Now, Archbishop Thalsby is back, and Archbishop, and he says the Tower of the Ballistica is I'm having very much trouble pronouncing this. Basilica, there we go, is falling apart. We need your help. So I can either say yes or no. So I'll say yes. The estuary of the river drop is a dangerous swamp for travelers. We should sanitize the whole area. And I'll say no because then we'll lose. Boone is back saying, cereals are very cheap these days, my lord. You should adjust the prices of bread, so I'll say raise it slightly. And we have governed for 20 years, which is another quest done. Now Father Brown is here saying, we may have a problem. A monk has started to bite his brothers, and it's spreading fast. So I'll say general or werewolves. Now I'll say general. Yep. And it says this is a problem. This is probably a case of lycanthropy. I don't deal with that. Now I'll say werewolves. Now werewolves. Wolfa says werewolves. I don't think so. No. You should call that cruel lack of physical activity. I'll say, well... Sir Cedric says, you should organize a curfew. The streets of the capital are not safe at night. So I'll say, no. Lady Bell says, a large mob is attacking the main cat house in the city. They say they're possessed by a devil. I'll say, disperse the mob, or I need more information. And I'm looking somewhere else, which is another quest complete. I'm just completing a ton of quests in my reign. This is actually a really good run so far for a first game. So Henry Ware says, the King of the West is offering us money to buy a small part of the country. So I'll say no. Queen Felicia says, my dear, I'm dying. I don't know why. Please let me rest in my parents' tomb. So I'll say No, because it will make my money go down. Lady Bell says invading armies are at our doors. The army is too weak to do anything. Oh, we lost. So you lead the last remnants of your army and die on the steps of the throne. So we can see that James, the coward, went from 603 to 609. So now we can see that's when it started. And so we were in 26 years in power. That's pretty good for a starting game. So our next quests are win a duel, recruit the doctor, and meet the devil. So we'll do one more game, I think. So Spirit of the Fallen is back, and he says, "Are you the young king?" I'll just say yes. Haha, just kidding. I know, we've been through this already. That's our curse, see? I'll say, I'm not sure. Well, we will remember each and every king of this dynasty, every compromise, every death for ages. But it is said that only the devil will allow us to blissfully forget the cursed kings. But does he even exist? I'll just say yes, he does. Because that might change the storyline a bit. There's an interesting thought. Maybe he does. Maybe he will find him eventually. We will find him eventually. I'll say yes. The spirit slowly drifts away. Waff waff. Rex invites you to follow him. So I have the option of sit or alright, so I'll follow him. He runs around the castle and brings you to the throne room. So I'll say sit. Sir Cedric says, "My lord, would you like to hunt some wild pigs?" Now I think I'll say yes. The hunt was successful. We should have a very fine banquet tonight. I'll say yes. Henry Ware says, "My lord, the king of the west is visiting us." I'll say delightful. We should organize a grand dinner, says Sir Cedric, so I'll say good idea. General Bloomington says, it's a terrible idea. The king will prefer to go hunting. So I'll say good idea. I'll say let's do both. And we died. Well, that was King Thomas's reign. Very short-lived. He ruled for 3 years. And I did say that we'd only play one more game. So, I guess I will end this episode here. Next time, we'll be returning as the third king, Bowden. And I'd like to thank you all for watching. And I'll see you all next time. Bye.